I'm going to say this in the most cutthroat way possible. I'm not going to break eye contact. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Are you committed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being a shit older brother. Shake your head is crazy.
You guys, I'm Dammy's little brother. I'm gonna be better than him, so like, you know. Yeah. We're playing Substance today though. Shout out me.
Your objective was to promote the game.
All right.
It doesn't matter.
No,
anymore.
no,
Just
no,
give
no,
it to me. No, it's
let me do it.
fine. I gave you one objective to promote the game, and you dissed me. In the intro, we're keeping that in, by the way. All right. So the game is called Substance. All you have to do is talk. You see how simple that was?
I should have said that. What's something you're holding on to and why?
A little bit more nonchalant
What's something you're holding on to and why?
type shit. What is something I'm holding on to and why? It's a hard first question. So the questions would be regarding me and you. So something about us that I'm holding on to and why.
I already know what I'm saying.
You already know? Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. How's that gonna work?
It's fine. You can go first.
All
if you want
right. Something I'm holding on to is that
You better say something stupid.
like I remember one time, like this is like personal bandana, like
A bandana?
I just said something random, but anyways. So like there's this one time our mom she bought like a really big shirt, and like I was like it looked really cool, and like I was just like so excited. She said it was mine, but like obviously it was way too big for me. It was like your size, but then she still said it was mine. So then like one day I go upstairs, I see you wearing my shirt. And I tell mom, I'm like, why is he wearing a shirt? He was like, oh, I'll get you another one. I started crying, like. I really wanted that shirt, man. Like, I still think about it to this day. It's a cool shirt. I'm so serious.
What's something you're holding on to and why? Regarding me and you. But now I just remember when you were first like born and stuff. You know, my mom used to call me my brother's keeper. Or our mom used to call me my brother's keeper because I would always like, you know, be very nurturing to you for some reason. It's almost like we were related or something. I'd be very nurturing to you, and I remember there's this one time where she was getting shampoo for you and you're like a baby, and I was telling him I was telling the cashier, I was like, is this shampoo gonna hurt his eyes? She was like, no, like, and then my mom was like, yeah, he doesn't want anything to hurt his little brother. Fast forward, and then blink of an eye, you were just driving me insane every single day. And I feel like that brother's keeper narrative kind of got lost.
Yeah.
So when I say I'm holding on to it, I feel like that's why, like, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure you notice now, I always try to make sure you're straight, or like, you know, if you come over to my crib, I try to give you things, or try to make sure you're never needing or asking other people for stuff. And that's just because, I guess it's because...
Say it.
Because you're my brother.
Be bro.
That was your only response to that.
I love you.
All right, bet.
All right.
What would you say if you could send a message to your past, present, and future self? So 3 different messages.
Not regarding you or just...
No.
Okay. So my past self, I'll say like, I'll tell my past self, I'll just be like, yo, stop being bad. Stop like trying to be the center of attention. Like all that stuff like you doing ain't gonna matter in the future. Like you can make the whole class laugh now and they ain't gonna remember it the next day. You just got in trouble for no reason. And my present self, I would tell myself like, just like keep on like doing what you're doing. Like you're doing better. Like you're not getting as much as trouble. You're getting your grades up and like, you know, you're getting your grades up. and like a message to my future self, like ask him a question.
What's one message? You just answered the first two the same way.
Oh, okay. A message I'll send my future self is like, what would I tell my future self?
Bro, what would you tell your future self? Like,
I'd just be like, yo, you made it that far. Like, I see, like, you still kicking alive. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Just keep on doing what you're doing. Like, you know, just like keep chilling, keep vibing, like, stay alive, chase your dreams.
I bet one message I would tell my the past, present, and future self. My past. I've answered this so many times, so I'm just gonna answer it quickly. It doesn't get easier. You know what I mean? It's going to suck for a long time. A very long, gruesome time. Present self. You eventually got stronger. Shout out to you. You're thriving. You
Place in yourself, man.
As I was saying, you're thriving. You got a taste of reality, and you grew the hell up, and you got stronger, and that's why success came your way. And to my future self, keep dreaming, because that is the only thing that keeps me alive, is dreaming. Is that dramatic enough for you?
Very dramatic.
Got you.
What's one question you always wanted the answer to, man? What's one question you always wanted the answer to?
Why do you get in trouble so much, bro? Like, why do you? I feel like when I was in school, I'd get in trouble, but it stopped after like the 6th grade, and I was just like, you know what? A plus B equals C. You know what I mean? If I do this, this is gonna happen. So I stopped doing it. But for some reason, it's not clicking with you. I feel like you've had episodes of like, I don't want to say crashing out. You're not crashing out. You're a good kid. Acting out. You know what I mean? And we kind of talked about it a little bit. But like, why do you? What's like? Is there something deeper there? Like what? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you've grown. You're like we're the same height now, but you still kind of act like a little kid.
I just feel like I act out because like I could like say my truth.
Go ahead, bro.
Alright,
Say your truth.
Cause you know, like, been ever since like I just been like, you know, it's been like just me at home and just like it'd be boring at home, and I'm just like, dang, like, and I don't really like calling people or like, you know, so like I don't like, you know, our parents, they always at work and stuff, you know, like I only live with my mom and my stepdad right now, and just like they're always at work, so like 90% of the time I'm always just home alone. So like I just be getting bored. It's like when I get to school, it seems like I'm known at school, like I'm one of them like cool kids, you know. So like I'll just be like, you know, I'm not really doing nothing at home. I'm just gonna go home and chill. So like let me just have a good time over here.
But it's just like, it's one thing to make people laugh. It's another thing to get suspended. It's another thing to get into fights. It's another thing that, you know what I mean? It's another thing to have a label on you for the sake of what? Making somebody laugh? You know what I'm saying? Is there something I'm missing? Is there something you're not saying?
I just like attention, man. Like, you know, I don't really get attention at home. So like I get attention, I just figure like, let me get attention in a different way, you know? I like, sure, like, I get in trouble, but like those few seconds of everybody like, you're so funny, look at him. It really hit deep, man.
How do you feel like that's worked out for you?
What'd you say?
How do you feel like that's like worked out for you? Do you feel like that's worked in your favor? Do you feel like it's been worth it? With the backlash you've kind of gotten?
Nah, not really. Like I said, I'll tell my past self, chill out, bro, because like, I'm kind of known as like the problem, like, even so, like I still have like some teachers that went to my last school, they like saw me and they're like, yep, he's a bad kid, even though like I don't really be doing stuff no more. Like the image of me being bad and just doing stuff still follows me like to now. So like, you know, I kind of want to get rid of it, but like.
What clicked?
What clicked? Like what made me stop? Just like, I think I got in trouble one time Like one time I pulled the fire drill in my
Oh
school,
my God.
and like I was about to get expelled. Like they were typing the letter, and like I didn't really care I was gonna get expelled. I just kind of cared. Like at first I only cared like, oh, mom's gonna be mad. Then I realized I'm about to get expelled just for this little moment. I'm not gonna see any of my friends no more. I'm not gonna be going to school till next year. I'm gonna go to alternative school. Like I'm just like, bro, what am I doing? So I started crying. I started begging her, like legit, full crying. I was crying so much I had a headache, and she was she was just like, you know what? And she gave me another chance. And I'm not gonna say that like changed me like fully, because after like a few days after that, I got in trouble again. But like, I just realized like, you know, let me just like not do too much, because like all your actions has consequences, you know, if they're good or bad, you know. Why were you like, I know you kind of said this before, but like, why were you so mean, like so like rude? Like I would understand, like I was annoying, but like you like, I would do something minor and you would just like take out like 5 years worth of anger on me in like not one moment. Like I remember one time, I ain't gonna say it was an accident. I was walking and I stepped on your PS4 and it turned off, and you chased me around the whole house. Like I had to go hide behind my grandma, and like just why? Why were you just so mad at like the world?
I wasn't mad at the world. You were just very annoying. So this would be the kind of, I'm not justifying that, but you're talking about peak childhood. This is like 13-year-old me versus like, I don't know what the math is, 6-year-old you or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. And it was like you would do something, I'll let it go, because like that's what you have to do as the older brother. You got to let things go. You'll do something, I'll let it go. Do something, I'll let it go. Do something, I'll let it go. Annoy the shit out of me, I'll let it go. And it's like I don't know if you don't remember this, it was your mission in life to see me explode. It was your mission. You know what I'm saying? Like it was your freaking, it was your, like I'm getting pissed off just thinking about it, bro. Like it was like that was your objective of the day. How can I piss this guy off? You don't remember that? And it was just like, I think after a while, like after like the 6th, 7th thing, you know what I mean? All you saw was, hey, I accidentally turned his PlayStation off, and now he's raging. But my reality was, he's trolling me. He's like doing the most every single day, and this is the day. You know what I'm saying? And
oh, but like, well, not to interrupt, but like, I don't know, like, it just stuck with you. Like I remember just one time I just asked you what your favorite ice cream flavor was. Just simple. And you just was like, just leave me alone, leave me alone. And my mom had to yell at you like, what's wrong with you? Tell me your favorite ice cream flavor. And then you just like, strawberry. And then I'm like, okay.
And I think after years and years of that being our relationship, you trolling me and trying to piss me off every day, at some point there was a disposition in the sense of like, I don't like this kid. He's like, you know what I mean? At some point it's just like, you know what, I've had enough. And that was kind of the label I put on you, like the annoying little brother. I don't want to, you can't, my thing is, that's how you remember it. Hey, what's your ice cream? Screw you! Ah, da, da, da. But how I remember it, you could literally like kick me, run to my mom, right? I'm like, what's wrong with you? And then 2 seconds later, hey, what's your favorite ice cream flavor? I don't want to talk to you about ice cream. Like, what do you just freaking, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I feel like there's two perspectives to it. Because you were young, you're kind of like, the short-term memory is like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't know, I don't, at least I'm assuming you don't remember a lot of the stuff you did. But all that stuff, like, it would just like grind my gears. And I am a bit on the more impatient side. So that's not a formula for success.
Yeah. Hey man, I ain't like you either. It's both a rivalry, but you will win every time.
And you got to think, bro. Like it's a 9 years age gap. 9 years, right? So for 9 years of my life, you never existed. For 9 years of my life, I was the center of everything. So when you come along, right? Like it's like, what the hell? And then you gonna have the nerve to be annoying? Shit.
Who's this guy?
You know what I'm saying?
Like, in my life.
How's it feel to live my dream? How was your relationship with your parents?
Dang. I'm sorry in advance. But I'd say I have a pretty good relationship with my dad, you know. Picks me up every time I ask him to sometimes. You know, sometimes he'll ignore my call. But, you know, most times
That's great.
leave me on scene when I say happy birthday. but you know, like, you know, he's been there for me, you know, like just been there, like take me places I've never been. Just like being a good dad. I say he's the best dad in the world But my mom, I love my mom. Like, don't get it twisted, but like, you know, she could be like really hard, like tough. But I guess this is like, cause I've always been doing stuff. So I would do something little and she would just like boom, explode. Yeah, explode. Yeah, crash out. Like, she was like on the meaner side. Like, I could like do stuff with my dad. Like, I could be like, if he just ate some ice cream and he had like a bunch of like ice cream on his face, I'd be like, you look like Santa Claus. I could do that with him, but like with my mom, I'd just be like, you have something on your face.
Have a different relationship.
Yeah, I could say like.
And it's interesting with me because it's like the polar opposite. So I'm closer to my mom. I keep saying I'm closer to our mom than I am our dad, right? And I feel like for a while it was just me and her because our dad was in Nigeria and I was here with her for like a long time. I will say it is improving. Me and my mom, I didn't know this until recently, but my mom's a yapper. Our mom's a yapper. Like, she talks a lot. And for the longest time, I never knew that as her truth. I didn't know that. But, you know what I mean? She talks a lot, and I feel like that just is a testimony to how closer we've gotten, you know what I mean? And she tells me some stories about how she was when she was younger and about her dad. May he rest in peace. And she never did that in the past. Our dad, on the other hand, we are not close. We're not close, and I feel like it is, I don't know, bro. I was the first son, basically, you know what I'm saying? And he's an African Muslim father. That formula on its own is almost impossible to understand for most people. And it was just like, he was constantly judging every single thing I did. And it's gotten to the point where I notice that with myself. I constantly judge myself for every single thing I do. I'll get on my girlfriend for things that she does. I'll get on you for things that you do. And that's because I'm a product of what I experienced growing up, constantly being analyzed and ridiculed and commented on. And it's so annoying because it's like you want to do this thing where it's like, and in theory, it's not a bad thing. He didn't do anything bad because the intention was, why am I projecting to my little brother right now? In theory, it wasn't bad because he just wanted things to, like, you know, wanted me to turn out great. So I don't hate him for it or anything. However, I don't want to do the same thing to my kid. It's kind of hard to say that with a straight face if I'm doing it every day to myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or people around me. So it's like a thing. I am a product of who he kind of made me to be, and I turned out pretty great. However, I think it's like, at what cost? Like, he's probably like, yeah, man, like, I did that. You know what I'm saying? You know why he's successful? Because of me. But it's just like, if it comes at the result of us not really having a relationship, I can't sit here and have a casual conversation with me and my dad. You know what I mean? And I can't, and I just started to be able to do that with our mom. You know what I'm saying? But at least I can now. But it's like, you and our sister have that relationship with my dad. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know he's trying. But it's kind of like, I think it's some internal issues that I have to kind of figure out before that can ever be possible. And unfortunately, I feel like that's not going to come until it's too late. Shout out to my dad.
Well, what are some mistakes your parents made in their relationship that you want to avoid?
I don't want to get divorced, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in a perfect world, I want to be one and done. I want to meet someone. I want to have kids. I want to live happily ever after. I want to get through our trials and tribulations, and I just want to have a home. You know what I'm saying? I've always had a home in theory, or roof over my head, but I've never had a home emotionally, meaning my mom and dad have never been on, like, you know, the best of terms, and our mom and dad have never been on the best of terms in the sense of, like, having a home. Hey, mom, can I do this? No. All right, I'm gonna go ask dad. That was never the reality. Hey, dad, like, oh, go ask your mom. Like, that was not a thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like that helps with so many freaking things. And there's this part of me who's like the most emotionally intelligent person in the world, and there's this other part that doesn't understand certain concepts. You know what I mean? Like my girlfriend, like, goes home like maybe like every other week to her parents' house, and I think it's the weirdest thing in the world. Not in the sense that she's doing something wrong, but I can't fathom the idea of, like, why do you need to go home that much? So, like, maybe that'll cause. It's never caused an issue, but, like, in my head, I'm just like, why are you, like, that's weird. When that shouldn't be weird, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that her life is perfect, but it's like just having that just home feeling. You know what I mean? That's part of the reason why when I went to college, like, I was kind of left. Anyways, but I'll let you go before I start ranting again.
One thing I want to avoid that they did is probably, like, realistically, you know, I'm young. Like, when I was born, that's when, like, they was already, like, by the time I could
You gotta complete the sentence. Like, complete the sentence.
By the time I could think, like, I didn't, like, they was already, like, done deal. So, like, I don't really remember, but, like, judging by, like, you know, just using context clues and inferring what happened, I just was like, I don't want to argue as much as they did, cause, like, sometimes I'll, like, call my dad to, like, yo, dad, can you pick me up from school? My mom would say no, and he'll do it anyways, and then she'll call me. He'd be like, don't answer. And then I answer, cause he tells me to answer. He takes the phone. They'll just start arguing. I'm just like, well, I don't really care personally, but, like, I don't want that to be, like, me and my future wife, cause, like, or my future ex-wife. Cause, you know, it's like, this is, like, kind of referring to what like, I just want, like, a peaceful family, a peaceful home. Like, I want my kids to be able to come home and just be like, hey, dad, hey, mom. Just something like that. And just, like, so, like, cause I grew up with, like, just mainly being with my mom, or just, like, you know, I'll go to my dad's house sometimes, but, like, I was just mainly with her. Just, like, you know, sometimes, you know, it would just be like, I want a dad to play catch with me. And so, like, you know, I don't want my kid. It's mainly about my kid. I just don't want him, like, to, like, grow up without a mom or a dad. Like,
or growing up to be put in a position where they have to choose.
Yeah. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's an apology you never got to give?
Okay. I'll say an apology I never got to give to you personally is just, like, making my life mission to piss you off, you know? Just, like, annoying you. Like, I never just came out and said, yo, sorry for being annoying to you while you used to live with me. Cause, like, you know, it's just like, I like you. Cause, like, I don't know if, like, you're the reason. Cause, you know, I made you annoyed. So, like, I don't know if, like, from now on, like, your vision, like, all kids are annoying now just because of me and I annoyed you.
I don't think it goes that deep. I think it was a situation. I mean, you were a kid. I was a kid. You were a lot younger kid. Little brother, big brother. You know what I mean? It was like a rivalry. That's just kind of what it was. I didn't take it personally. I think naturally we just have a huge age gap. It's a 9-year age gap. So naturally, you know what I mean? I felt like maybe in the moment, yeah, I'm not that close to this kid because he's annoying. But, you know, if we're not both adults, I'm the only adult at the table. But Um, I mean, it's literally, it was just a huge age gap. Like, what are we gonna talk about? Girls when I was what, 18? You didn't even go through puberty. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like there wasn't a lot to talk about. I'm not saying that was an excuse. I think it's because I was so used to just being me for so long. I never had to worry about anybody else. So being to myself was a natural instinct. You know what I mean? And you being annoying at the time was just a result of that. Was just me reacting to that. But it's just like we got to take it for face value. You know what I mean? Like you didn't do it. You did a lot of crazy shit. I ain't gonna lie. But you didn't do anything that crazy for me to hate you for the rest of my life. It's not. You know what I mean?
Sorry.
Stupid. I'm going to say this in the most cutthroat way possible. I'm not going to break eye contact. Are you ready for that?
Yeah.
Are you committed?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry for being a shit older brother. Shaking your head is crazy. You know, I guess because like a long time I didn't even talk to you. Like I didn't. And it's one thing, you know, when you're growing up, okay, you're the little brother, I'm not talking to you because you're annoying and I'm 9 years age gap, whatever. But it's another thing to be going through all these personal development courses in my life. Not like literally, but like paths, like in the sense of like maturing and like, you know, just learning more about myself and about my emotions over the years. And, you know, I'm saying sorry, not because I'm like horrible. I'm saying sorry because like there's like several times where I thought about fixing the bridge that was broken and I just never did. I was worried about fixing every other thing in my life before that. And I always thought about it, even after I went to college and we never spoke, and you know what I mean? Like I always thought about it. And one of the main reasons why is because of the bad or the not that great relationship I have with our dad, right? And I'm thinking I don't want to do the same thing with my kid. I want to have a close relationship with my kid. And you know the thing that always popped in my head? I'd always say, how the hell are you going to have a good relationship with your kid and you can't even fix the one currently with your little brother? I'd always call myself out. And I'd be like, damn, you right. But anyway, you know what I mean? And I just kind of skip past it. And I think that's what made me a shit older brother.
Yeah, I was kind of like, I was just low-key just used to our dynamic to like, you know, you just went to college, we never talked. So like, you'll be on the phone with mom and she'd be like, hi, Dammy. You'd be like, yo, what's up? And then just randomly, I was at Bizlaw stuff. She was like, Dammy wants to talk to you. And you called me for my birthday. He was like, yo, I'm gonna give you my PS4. And I'm like, huh? Is this the same Dammy? You gonna give me his PS4? And then, yeah, ever since then, it was just barbecue chicken from there.
Yeah, things got better. Yeah. All right, bet. This is about me and you. What would you do differently if you could do it all over again?
What I'll do differently between me and us, I'll say, you know, I would try to be like nicer. Or I'm not gonna say I was mean to you, but like I'll try to be like, you know, less annoying, just like be closer with you. Like I'll just try to be like more close with you. Like I'll just be like knocking your door, be like, yo, how you doing? Like, how's life? Like I'll go to your room. Like you'll be at school, I'll clean your room, I'll clean your room for you, get back.
You showing out now. It's almost clean my room. You showing out.
I'll just be like, we want to be like, instead of being annoying, I just want to be nice to you so we could be like closer in the future. Or like, you know, I'll just be like, get you out of trouble or something. Just like be a better little brother to you to like make you not think I'm annoying. Just be like, oh yeah, that's my little brother. He's nice. Yeah. And it's like.
But how does one do that? You know what I mean? Like, how does one like who's to say like that would have even ensured that we were close? You know what I mean? And I know that's like a weird way to look at things, but it's just like, you know, like where do you feel like we are right now on the spectrum of closeness?
Pretty close, you know. I could tell you about my personal problems that I don't tell anybody else about.
I feel like that's the bigger picture, you know, because as much as you would change all the pieces of what happened, it led to what's happening. You know what I mean? And yeah, I would keep you around me more, probably, because I was very distant, and I was always to myself. I was always to myself when it came to anybody. Like, I was just never with it, because I just wanted to be in my own bubble. You know what I mean? I would keep you around me more. Like, I would, like, maybe take you to play basketball with me, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, maybe go to the gym, or, like watch, like, a show or some shit. Like, I feel like we don't have a thing that we just have. Like, we have memories, but we don't have memories. You know what I mean? Like, we never played sports together or played the game together or did any of that. It's like, I feel like for a long time, the only thing that made us blood was the fact that we shared the last name. Who broke you?
Are you for real?
We got to stop avoiding that question. Who
Wait,
broke
didn't I
you?
already answer that?
No.
I think the person who broke me is just my friends, the people, like, you know, my friends that I'm always around. Because,
Yeah.
like, you know, we were growing up, so, like, they would change, and, like, I wouldn't change. Like, I would force myself to change with them. So, like, they would do something bad. Normally, I wouldn't do it, and I'll just do it with them. And then I would get in trouble for it, and then their parents would, like, scoff it off, but then I'll get in the worst type of punishment. And I'd be like, that's not fair, because, like, yo, they're the ones that made it up. They're the ones that did most of it, but they're just getting off with a pat on the back while I'm getting in serious trouble. So, like, even though I knew that, I just kept on trying to fit in. Like, I would, like, my personality, I would, like, let my personality, like, fit in with the crowd, with my friends.
Why did you feel the need to fit in?
Because, like, I like being around people. I liked having friends. I liked, you know, just fitting in with the crowd, and just, like, eventually I kept on doing it so long, my true personality is just gone. I don't know what I truly am.
And you know, it's funny. That's an experience that so many people go through. And I always tell people to be like, and I should have told you this. I guess if we were closer, I could have told you this. But like, be unapologetically yourself, because if you constantly change for people around you, you realize you're constantly changing. If you change enough times, you forget the original state you were in. So, how did it break you?
Eventually I realized, yo, I want to go back to what I was like. I don't want to be around, but I realized, well, I just subconsciously still did it, even though I told myself, yo, I don't want to be a part of the crowd. I catch myself still doing it. I'm like, yo, what am I doing?
You were fighting with your own inner thoughts?
Yeah, just like my instinct will automatically just be like, fit in. And I'll try to fight my instinct, but, you know, it just keep on happening. So eventually I just got mentally tired of it. I just let it consume me. So now it's kind of hard to turn back. So, like, yeah.
You feel like it's currently still hard to turn back?
Yeah, I still do it. I still act around my crowd.
It's so interesting because I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. People call me selfish. People call me, like I'm on the opposite side of the spectrum. Like, I can give a shit what you think about me. Like, I don't care, and that's what brought me peace. So if you find yourself right now having the issue of internal destruction, attempt something that brings you peace. And when you realize how much easier that is, naturally, you'll just lean towards that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just like, at the end of the day, bro, most people in life are temporary. That's just what it is. You know what I mean? Hang on to the ones that matter and know which ones are worth fighting for. That's the mistake I made. I didn't realize which ones were worth fighting for. I just got rid of everything that brought me inconvenience, and I was left with a room full of nobody. You know what I mean? So that's my biggest struggle. But I feel like you can kind of take notes in the sense of not doing what I did completely, learning from it, and knowing who to keep and knowing who to let go, you know?
Substance.
All right, bet.